watched a pot of water boil?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, well listen close if you haven't. At first there's not much to see, right?
Yes.
The water's still in flat, Jake. But then as the water gets hotter, you get to see little bubbles, right? And as the water gets even hotter, those bubbles get bigger and bigger, and they start to kind of make a noise, right? Like a hissing noise. And the water rises. And then there comes a point where those bubbles are so big and so high that they will surely spill over. Who's seen a pot spill? Yeah, me too.
It burnt my mom.
It burnt your mom? Ouch. That's when it starts to spill over, Jacob, that's when you have to take it off the stove or turn your heat down, right? Because it'll just keep spilling over and spilling over. I tend to do that when I cook pasta. It spills over and spills over.
Why do you?
Or spaghetti, right? So, stories are like that too, Jake. Stories are like that too. Imagine a character moving in this direction, okay? Watch. I'm going to beep, beep, beep through. Imagine a character moving in this direction. Up and up and up and up and up and up and up. But then they face one challenge and then another challenge and then another challenge. And the pressure and the tension keeps on building, right? But this can't go on forever. So there will eventually become a high point of drama. This happens in movies and TV shows, right? It's what captures your attention. It's almost, Addie and Maddie, it's almost like the boiling point right here. It's like our boiling point. And then we start to come down and down and down and down when you take your pot off the stove. I'm going to make this X red, right? So you can see it better. That's our boiling point. Or, yes, Quinn?
Is that like our mountain we made?
She made an observation, boys and girls. Does that look like our mountain that we made?
Mm-hmm.
It sure does, right? So it's kind of following the same thing. You could think of a boiling water, a pot of boiling water. It starts to go up and up and up, and then all of a sudden it's boiling, it's boiling, it's boiling.
And it comes down.
And then you have to take it off the stove and it comes down, right? It's just like our story. So give me our hand like this. It's kind of like a roller coaster too. It starts to go and go and go and go, and then you're at the very top, and you're on your top. And then it starts to resolve and you go down, right? That's always like how our stories are going to go. So today, ooh, I saw some of you look up. You remembered. Today, I want to teach you that as readers, near the end of a story, they expect the tension to build to a boiling point, like our X. When this happens, they pay attention to how the main character is tested. Notice how the character reacts and think, why might this be important to the character's journey? Right? So, readers, we're kind of nearing the end of Opal's story in Winn-Dixie. When we left off reading today, things had just started to heat up, right? The thunderstorm began, and Opal discovered that Winn-Dixie was missing, right?
Because he has a pathological fear of thunderstorms.
You're right, he has a pathological fear of thunderstorms, and that's why he ran. I'm thinking this might be the story's climax. Give me a connection sign if you think about this as the story's boiling point or the turning point. The fancy word when we're talking about our boiling point in our book is called climax. Can you say climax?
Climax.
Climax. And it's spelled like this. C-L-I-M-A-X. Climax. That is our boiling point.
Do you know where she is?
I do not actually. All right, that is our climax, correct? So, yeah, Jake, do you have a question?
When are we going to read our own books?
You're going to go off in your book clubs today after we talk about this, and you're going to talk about your own books, right?
No, when are we going to read our own books by ourselves?
Oh, by yourself. After book clubs are over.
What is that?
Whenever you finish your books, so soon. I'm going to read today more than I usually do in Winn-Dixie. Will you notice how things heat up for Opal? How is she being tested, right? I'm going to read the first part of chapter 24. We kind of stopped, like in the middle, right? I left you on a cliffhanger or a hook. Okay? So listen. I kept on going over and over the list in my head. I memorized it the same way I had memorized the list of 10 things about my mama. I memorized it, so if I didn't find him, I would have some part of him to hold on to. But at the same time, I thought of something I had never thought of before, and that was a list of things that couldn't even begin to show somebody the real Winn-Dixie. Just like a list of 10 things couldn't ever get me to know my mama. And thinking about that made me cry even more. Are your hearts racing?
Yes.
No, I know what happens.
Oh yeah, they go to
Yeah, we all
Turn
know.
and tell, third grade, turn and tell your partners or your groups about how Opal's being tested here. How is she being tested? Davis said, you're in your group. Oh, are you in this group? How is she being tested? Think about it. Alright, sounds like you're finishing up your thoughts, so look up here. Who thinks Opal is facing the possibility of losing Winn-Dixie forever? Give me a connection sign. Yeah. If you said something to that effect just now, then you're probably thinking the right way, right? From right now, what we've read so far, it kind of seems like Winn-Dixie's gone. And when Gloria Dump said that you can't hold on to things that you love, right? You just have to let them go. That really touched me. That's sad, right? So Opal loves Winn-Dixie with all her heart. He was her first friend in Naomi, right? And he sort of helped her to make all her other friends, right? He helped her with Miss Franny, because Miss Franny was scared of him, right? She thought it was a bear. And so that sparked the whole conversation about how there was a bear in the library, and then they became friends and started telling stories to each other. And Winn-Dixie stole a peanut butter sandwich from Gloria Dump and ran in her backyard. And that's how they became friends. Right? Yeah. Sweetie Pie Thomas loves dogs, so that's how they became friends. Quinn?